I think so. I mean, I think particularly these patterns, they have a sense of connecting us with something deep inside, like like a meditative core, really. And I think the mathematical patterns, they resonate, or they have this kind of symbiotic relationship with forms of nature. So, like the natural world of plants, flowers. Those are expressions of mathematical principles as well. And this kind of art that we see behind us are also coming from the same wellspring, I feel. And if you even think about something like the DNA spiral, which is, the kind of the generative principle which unites us with the animal world, with the vegetal, with the vegetal kingdom, it all comes out of this tenfold spiral, and it has. And the pattern, you can draw that spiral, and it has it's like a superposition of pentagons in a kind of spiral. It's controlled by the golden mean, and and a lot of the symmetries and proportions, you find them within Islamic patterns. So I think when we're drawing these things, we're tapping into something quite fundamental about the nature of creation and the well springs of the natural world. And it's like kind of returning to that source, I think. So I tend to think of it as a kind of a form of the visual meditation. Now, I mean, to the point about, well, can't you just take photos of these things and enjoy them? You certainly can. But if you're able to sort of tap into the creative process of making these things, it touches you very deeply. It's like a form of, I call it a form of visual yoga, where you're kind of, you're working upon order and different layers of order and finding the center within yourself with these designs. And it's interesting when we do go on these study tours, because the context is we'll usually hire a very beautiful building, like in Fez, we'll go to somewhere like Dar Seferin, which has this lovely 12th century courtyard building. We have the classes in there, and we work with an Iraqi architect there who hosts us. And because we're actually studying the patterns and drawing them on the trip, it's very different to, say, if you're just going on a tour holiday where you're just going around and you're just photographing things and ticking them off a list. And we do things like go to a madrasa and we'll look at the designs in context, and we'll go in there with our group having done these exercises of drawing the designs. And our group will just stay, they'll take photos, but they'll stay there and they'll really look at everything. And whilst be like a dozen other tour groups coming from all over the world who come in and they spend 3 minutes there and then they're gone. Whereas our group are there and they're still completely engaged. So it changes your way of looking and experiencing the places. So it's it's a much more of a deepening your connection to that city and place that you're visiting and the culture.